CWatt.
Okay, fabulous.
I feel like we look like intellectuals.
You look very like professor right now.
Okay, and I went to school for journalism. I didn't. I went to school for communication.
Yeah,
but
I
did work in journalism for a while.
Is that a car?
Yes, it's going downhill.
Damn.
It was loud as fuck going by. You
Girl.
can still hear from a distance.
I'm cutting this out.
I know.
But they drive crazy as fuck.
Are their shit souped up?
Yes, like the guy across the street, he comes in and out with a different car like every week. And it just has all the, I don't know what it is.
Last time I was here, I was backing out to leave. And somebody was, I shit you not, I'm not even exaggerating, minimum 80 miles an hour up the fucking hill. Just
That's
zooming.
insane.
I was like, what the fuck?
You can't even see going up the hill.
And it's a stop sign. Girl, literally went past the stop sign.
I'm
like,
finna be like
bugging.
Claire on Modern Family and trying to get stop sign. Yes, this is literally finna be me.
No, as you
that's
should,
wild.
because eventually Peaches can get old enough where she's gonna want to play outside.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
No. Anyway.
Not Peaches.
Not Peaches.
Not Peaches.
What's up, y'all?
Hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of The Thick.
Oh, y'all, if you're watching the video, it's no longer this is a peace sign. It's this.
Who said that?
Jade.
Girl, Jade
She
was
said,
in New York.
this is what they're doing.
No, Jade was in New York for Fashion Week, and one of the models told her that. She was like, yeah, don't do this, do this. And it literally looks like you're holding
It's
a
like
cigarette.
a drunk peace sign.
I'm not doing that shit.
It was kind of cute.
She's the only person I've ever seen do that. I have not seen
I've never heard of that.
Literally, that's just somebody trying to create. It's like Fetch. Fetch is never going to be a thing.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Mindy, how was your week? Anything to report in your personal life or professional life?
No, I will say that I had a realization this week that I got my yapping from my mama.
Really?
Literally, because I was on the phone with her yesterday. I was tired as fuck. I just got off of work. I only have about 6 hours, maybe less than that, like 5 hours of free time of every day of my life.
Yeah.
That's it. And so I'm on the phone with her. 30 minutes in, she's still going. I've only said 3 words.
Oh.
Yup. Uh-huh. What? Wow. She's going on and on and on because she was in New York for a wedding. I want to talk about this. I do. And this might be an episode in the future. But I had to have a moment of reconciliation with myself. And I feel like that's what the past 3 years have been for me, just in terms of my family and just life in general, where I have expectations that I think should be standard, but are not for a lot of people. So you already know, I had this childhood best friend and we fell out real bad. She grew up with me. My family knows her or whatever. My mom still talks to her all the fucking time. And they went, so when they were in New York, my whole family went, my mom, my sister, my dad, and my niece, my nephew, they went to New York. And I was just going through my sister's Instagram story, and they're just posed up, whole family in the pic, at my uncle's house, came by the house, whole thing, swear. And I'm just
crazy.
I'm like, what the fuck? But literally, this is the same, earlier this year, and this is insane to me that it was earlier this year, I literally had to hit my sister up and tell her, can you please unfollow my ex, the one that tried to kill me? Why are you still following him?
She still follows him?
Yes, still follow on Instagram. And the only reason why I found out is because I've had the nigga blocked permanently. But I went just out of curiosity to see, and literally saw her in his likes. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, can you please unfollow? What the fuck?
That's wild.
And so I'm like, maybe I have, okay.
No
but I'm
loyalty.
maybe I have standards that are just out of the norm. But in my mind,
no.
If somebody did you dirty in any way and you don't fuck with them no more, I don't fuck with them no more either.
I agree. I'm even trying to find a way to give grace with your childhood best friend, but I can't.
I try and I understand, she lived in our house with us for a while. So, I understand the connection of, oh, okay, I wonder how she's doing, if you're doing good. Cool. But, what? Every single time y'all go to New York,
wild.
y'all all having a family dinner with... I'm trying to accept the fact that maybe it is me being sensitive, because every single time I say something, that's always what I'm met with. Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh, you're just so dramatic. I don't think it's that dramatic.
No.
And so instead of arguing, okay, instead of arguing or saying anything, like this time around, because this is not the first time. This happens all the time. This is not the first time. I literally just shut the fuck up and it's all right. Y'all do what y'all want to do. And so we're on the phone. She's going on and on and on about the time in New York and like the wedding and all that stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? Maybe this is where I get it from.
But old people can talk.
Oh my God.
They can talk. And I think it's because they probably don't talk on the phone that often to people. You know, they don't catch up.
I don't know. My mom is literally always at church. All you're doing is with your church sisters, all you do is talk about like random things.
Yeah, but she wants to continue.
It's because she's retired.
Yeah, exactly.
And when she was going to work, she was a nurse at a hospital. You're having conversations with 1 million people every day. Mm-hmm. And my niece and my nephew are just like, okay.
My grandma's the same way. But I don't take it for granted.
Same. Yeah. So I'm on the phone. It's like, okay, cool. It's fine.
Let them talk.
But she was literally describing everything on the menu at the wedding. Oh, yeah, so they had chicken, and they had steak, and they had this,
and they had that. Mundane details.
I'm just like, okay, girl. She's like, oh, yeah, girl, they had an MC there. He was so funny. Mm-hmm. He said, girl, I do not care.
I know. The worst is when it's a stranger, and you feel bad and you just sit there and entertain the conversation. I'm like,
oh my
girl,
God.
especially like when I'm on a flight and I'm next to an older person, I'm like, damn.
I see my future. And it is dim. It is dim. I'm going to piss so many people off because I know I'm going to transform into that old lady. I am. I'm going to be that old lady. I'm going to be like, oh my God.
You will.
Yeah. I'll be like, are those liquid leggings? When I was a kid, that was in style.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we're living in a generation now where everybody is so closed off and individualistic that, people are scared to make a phone call nowadays.
I'm the opposite. I called you because I don't want to text yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
Like when it comes to people that I'm close with, I'm gonna call you because I don't want all that back. I don't have
efficiency.
Time. Yes, I don't have time to have a 5-minute phone call become 2 hours of texting.
No, I get it.
I have the time for it.
I get it.
But of course, if it's like I have to call the airline or something like that, I'm gonna do the Delta text.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that for sure. Mm-hmm. If there's ever like, text the representative or like AI, and I know that it's like something regular, I'm probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
I know that I said do not contribute to the AI usage. But if it's Amazon, or fuck Amazon, honestly, but if it's like a company like that, where I know it's going to take me 13 hours to get to a real person on the phone, I'm just going to message and be like, return item.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm. COVID really did a number on us. I got a membership to the track up the street, and I wanted to go running for the first time.
Period.
And I went and I saw that there were lots of people on the track. There was a little soccer. It was like a kid's soccer team. They practiced there, I guess.
People back outside.
And I went home.
Oh, girl.
Because I was like, I can't do this.
Why?
My social anxiety got in the way.
You know what I will say? You've always had some social anxiety. I think it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
I think so. But I think it's because of what you said. We've gotten so used to making content at home. Like before COVID
has made it worse.
Yeah.
Having a baby has made it worse.
In what way?
Especially when she was little, I didn't want to go anywhere with her alone. I didn't go anywhere with her alone. I think I went to one doctor's appointment by myself with her. But if we left the house, I wanted Trey to be with us all the time. Just because like baby snatchers, traffickers, something like that. And it's not an irrational fear, but statistically it is. Mm-hmm. But I can't get it out of my mind because I think like a few months ago, earlier this year, I heard like this kid got kidnapped at a park in LA somewhere. They got him. But, but it's just like when you hear one story, it just sets you off and you're like, okay, I'm never leaving my bubble again. Mm-hmm. And it's terrible. I'm really trying to break out of that though.
I think I understand. It's like it reminds me of my mom because literally my mom would always tell me the most random shit. She'd be like, if you're going out and somebody gives you a drink, don't drink it because they might put something in your drink. Mm-hmm. Or like, just like, and it all stems from like one news story. Yeah. And then she's like, this is a real fear of mine now. Don't do that shit. I remember my mom, because she worked in the hospital. she had a patient that was like 14, 15, who was like riding in a car, passenger, had like their arm out and like a car sideswiped them clean off, right?
Damn!
And after that, I know. And after that, she literally came home from work and sat us down. And she said, if I ever see any of y'all with y'all arm hanging out, because like as kids used to do that, like put your arm out. She was like, I don't care what kind of wind you trying to catch. If I see you, I'm going to take that off myself. And literally, I was like, okay, brand new fear unlocked. Thanks. Statistically,
right.
Odds very low.
Very low.
Do I ever put my arm out the window anymore? Fuck no.
Exactly.
Hell no.
I know. I feel like that could be an episode. Irrational fears.
Oh, girl, yes. I have a million.
Oh, girl, so many.
I have irrational fears that have been proven. That have happened to me in real life.
Right.
So, yeah.
Child, it's a wonder I'm even alive today with the shit I used to do as a kid. It's crazy.
Wait, what did you do?
It was just the dawn of the internet and talking to strangers.
Oh, bitch.
Like, I gave someone my address. Girl. My fucking address.
To be honest with you, this is a full episode because I did dumb shit. I remember one time, I was still in middle school. And I was supposed to meet up with a random person I met on the internet at a train station. I swear to God.
Just asking to be strapped.
I swear to God, I was going to skip school and meet up with this boy at the train station. Yes. And literally, I freaked out at the last minute. I was like, Mindy, you're going to end up dead. I think I watched an episode of Law & Order and I was like, that's it. I'm not doing it.
Girl.
So tell me about your week.
It was fine. I worked. It was uneventful. Worked. We had Jess's birthday. This weekend. That was really fun.
It was really nice.
Yeah, we need to have game nights more often.
That, honestly, adulthood has really like shifted our friendship dynamics so much. Because I was telling Jade about this, because I think that we were blessed enough to have a very like tight-knit group of friends that a lot of people don't get to experience. And majority of my time spent, just free time, was always with friends. Like we would always just all be in the living room, watching music videos, doing dumb shit. Yeah. And that was like a majority of our 20s. Yes. And that is a blessing. Well, a lot of people have never experienced that. Like I think about how I know people who have spent all of their like free time with partners. And majority of their memories are tied to partners that they're no longer with. And I'm so grateful that I don't have that experience.
No, like, because even when y'all were together, we hung out all the time.
All the time. But also, I hated that nigga.
You had to escape.
It was different. It was different. But like, I'm grateful and I understand now when people are like, oh, like, you know, your 20s are for your friends, 30s for a relationship. And honestly, hell.
It's a lifetime.
No, for sure. But I think that that's true. I think that remember when we were like pressed about being in relationships? Yeah. I'm not mad that it didn't happen.
Me neither. I'm glad it didn't happen.
Same. I think that we accomplished a lot and we did a lot.
Especially being as boy crazy as we were. Oh my God. Thank God it didn't happen in our 20s.
Girl.
Child, we would have never saw each other.
But it's not... you know, I have so much to say, but again, I hate when we do this. That's a whole different episode. Because the way that we were like hyper aggressive about it, girl, it had nothing to do with the actual need for a partner or a relationship.
It was embarrassing.
It was. It was.
And we had it all we need right there. Each other.
Oh, yeah. That was sweet.
No, but seriously, even like, you know, I'm with Trey. He's a great partner. I'm so thankful. And he is one of my best friends. He truly is. But even having him and as great as he is, I still crave my friendship with my girls, you know?
Yes.
I want to be around y'all all the time.
Same. And you would think it'd be different when you're in a relationship with a girl because it's always girl time.
Right.
But even still, because there's certain things that the energy is different when there's like a romantic undertone.
Totally.
I just want to like bullshit and have fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Just kiki.
You know? Mm-hmm. And there's certain things I can't talk about with her because then she'll be like, what the fuck?
Right. And Trey don't know how to gossip. He don't be getting the tea. So it's not fun.
I know. And it's really hard because like Jay wanted me like tell me some shit just off of like some kiki shit. Like she had a dream. She was like, yeah, I had this dream. and whatever. And it was like a girl involved, and somebody was like throwing ass on her, and then she was like, yeah, da-da-da. And I was like, oh, so you having dreams about bitches throwing ass on you? And she was like, see, I can't even talk to you. You can't.
No.
We can't. No, we can't. I'm sorry. What?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah, I feel it though. Well, this week, this whole episode is going to be about the big thing that happened last week with Charlie Kirk. But
and we're not gonna. It's not about.
It's
him.
not about him.
We're not talking about him.
It's gonna segue us into the episode. But before that, I do want to highlight this brand, Actively Black, that
Period.
Had a show at New York Fashion Week. It wasn't like technically it was a New York Fashion Week.
It was during last week.
Yes, and it was black as fuck, and I loved it. They had a civil rights photographer there wearing their clothing. They had Ruby Bridges there. Malcolm X and MLK's daughters were there.
They had the
Olympians.
Yes, they had that man who took that iconic picture from drinking from the whites only water fountain.
Cecil Williams.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think that was such a nice, like a pleasant reminder that we still have people who actively fought and risked their lives for us present today.
Yes.
And to serve as an inspiration for us to not be complacent and to not give up hope that things can change. Has the pendulum swung back a little? Yes.
Yes.
But it will swing forward again. And I think that was a good check-in of what we're going through is shitty, or what they went through to a certain extent was worse.
It was worse. Yeah.
Period.
And
it was worse.
And because we see that they are here, and we also see their oppressors walk amongst the fucking president of the United States is one of them.
Yeah.
He was there too. So, child.
And they try to make you feel like this was all so far ago.
Girl, no.
Such a distance in our past.
Literally.
And at the end of the day, a lot of these people, my grandmother, she could still be alive today. And if she were still alive today, she experienced all that.
Yes. And child, they say never forget the Holocaust. I never forget that.
Okay.
Speaking of that,
yes.
Did you see the LA Holocaust Museum? They made a graphic that they posted on their Instagram with black and brown arms all linked together, and it said never forget. And great. I love that.
Yes.
They deleted it 2 days later because of the backlash of it making a political statement about Gaza. Isn't that fucking crazy?
But also, y'all weak ass bitches.
Literally.
Why would you delete it?
Literally, stand on business.
Stand on that. What are they gonna do? Stand on that.
Girl, I'm just...
But I think that this is a good segue into the episode because people are way too intimidated by the volume of the criticism that you get online.
Yes.
It feels louder, it feels bigger, it feels heavier when you are reading individual comments.
Yeah, it does.
Back in the day, people would make bold statements, people would stand up for things, and you didn't have to hear every individual voice saying, boo, tomato.
Exactly.
You just did it, you stood on it, you might have gotten threats, you may have understood the feeling of the majority, but you didn't have to actually read it, hear it. And listening to 1,000 videos of people saying, oh, shame on you, and their opinions may be wrong.
Literally.
But you'd still be intimidated by it.
And we're not meant to hear that. We're not meant to see that or experience that amount of criticism, vitriol, whatever it may be. It's too much, and it is really played into this cycle of toxic journalism or think pieces. I don't even know, but
it's toxic yapping.
Yeah.
I genuinely hate the yapping culture on social media. And it's not to say that I hate every yapper, because I feel like there are a lot of people that add really great points to public discourse. I think that there are people that genuinely have great things to say, and that they do their research and they speak only when it is relevant to their expertise, right? But on the other end, there are so many people who just want a viral moment.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll jump on any and every topic and they'll talk about it for exactly 1 minute and 1 second so that they can monetize their video and make money. And they don't care who they piss off or how accurate the information is that they're spreading. And then people take that information because they're saying it using a fucking, teleprompter voice or a news reporter voice, and they then spread that information, and then it just becomes this domino effect of misinformation being spread.
Yeah.
And I genuinely can't stand it. Hate it.
People just want a viral moment. And they want to be first.
Yes.
Like they do it as soon as it's announced. And I'm like, it hasn't even settled yet. We don't even have like how people are so quick to label the shooter of Charlie Kirk as a member of the Democratic Party.
Leftist.
And that was not the case. He's so far right that they think he's left.
Like, you know what's so insane too? The fact that I want to talk about the anger that exists, right? And the yapping aspect of it is separate because those are just opportunists, right? But then the people that jump straight into like accusatory and like inflaming rhetoric.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they want to fan the flames. They want the anger to grow.
100%.
And unfortunately, the anger that exists right now has always existed. It just was taboo to express it. And the anger is also so ridiculous because the people that are the angriest have everything. You have the government. Y'all run that shit.
Run it.
You have no, literally, you have everything. You have the money, you have the influence, you have the Supreme Court, you have the president, you have everything. And
what
yet it's still
more
not
do
enough.
you fucking want?
And at the end of the day, I think we need to realize that it's not about getting more. It's about two things. One, having the other side say you're right. And it's never going to happen because you're wrong. And the other half of it is just the reason why the right, and specifically like the Christian conservatives and like, just the alt-right are winning amongst the youth is because young white men are angry.
Yes.
And they're angry. Their anger is displaced. They just want to yell and scream and be mad about something. And they're putting it in this place because this is the platform that is the most readily available for them.
Yeah.
They might not even give a fuck about what's happening for real.
They don't.
They're just like, fuck these people. We hate this. We hate this. We hate this because you're angry. And you don't know where to place that anger.
And it could be a multitude of reasons. As I haven't done like a ton of research into like this whole Groyper movement. So
which is scary as fuck.
I can't speak on it too much, but it does feel like they just want to humiliate people as much as possible. Even when I think about how I hear about how conservative men are dating.
Yeah.
They don't want a conservative woman.
No.
They want a liberal woman because they want to put her in her place.
Yes.
They want her to submit.
Yes.
Which is wild. And there's like transmaxing amongst the group.
I know.
Like,
I heard about that too. I mean, even when it comes to the person that they are saying allegedly did shoot Charlie Kirk, now as soon as it was proven that not only does he come from an extremely Christian conservative family, his family is MAGA down. It's now they're putting the blame on the fact that his roommate is supposedly, and this is alleged, we have no proof of this whatsoever. They're just saying this on the news, which is no longer the news. But they're just saying that the roommate is a trans woman or is currently transitioning to a woman, and they're saying that this person was in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
And basically blaming the trans person for radicalizing this person who then took it upon themselves to commit murder, allegedly. Why are y'all always trying to put
They just always trying to spin it. Which
always. The same woman, I need to find her name, but she's a politician, the one who they got a soundbite from. She was like leaving a courthouse or something like that. And they told, they brought up the I will call it an assassination because it was an assassination. And she was like, it's the Democrats own this.
Oh, yes.
And then they finally, and she basically was like, they own this. It's their fault. Like, we need to put the hammer down. Like, was just being very, very aggressive and very violent about it.
Yeah.
And then once it came out that this person was not only a young white male, but also a Republican MAGA down, all of a sudden it's thoughts and prayers for this young man who was swayed by the left.
And then when the Utah governor came out and he was like, I hate that this was one of our own.
Okay.
Oh my God.
They're saying the quiet part out loud
Literally.
now. And I need people to stop saying, well, where have we gone? The country has gone to shit. No, it's always been this.
Like this.
It's always been this. And the only people who are so confused and so shocked are white people who thought that they lived, who thought that Black and brown people were being dramatic.
This whole situation was a revelation for me because, when the election happened and I went through my follower list and, could see I unfollowed a lot of people and I was like, okay, got through that.
Yeah.
This happened and I saw so many people, so many Democrats that I know who were, I don't want to say they were mourning Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, they were.
But yes, they were sympathizing.
They were not only sympathizing, they were empathizing.
Yes.
They were drawing connections to him, to themselves, and to us as a whole, right? And I think that is insane, especially when you are talking about someone who literally died while actively saying that we are less than and that gun violence is necessary in this country.
Literally.
Like, it would be different if he had spewed all this negativity and then had a change of heart and then was assassinated. No, he stood on his shit. He literally said, and this is what blows my mind too. Y'all are like, oh, y'all need to have empathy. He said empathy was a weakness. That was one of his talking points. And at the end of the day, my only contribution is doing what he said. I'm not going to be weak and show empathy.
Exactly.
I'm going to remain strong and say, fuck you then.
Exactly.
You got what you wanted. He said himself that he thinks that children as young as the age of 12 should be able to view public executions. That should happen quickly and be televised. And he, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, was the first to do that. He literally volunteered himself as tribute.
I don't understand how people can hear the rhetoric, hear the exact clips that came out of his mouth, and still say that he was a man of God. He was just speaking his truth, living in his truth. All he talked about was loving his wife, loving his family, and being a patriot. I'm like, you guys, like, y'all are just being willfully ignorant.
Willfully.
And when I first read the headline, he was shot, I felt nothing.
No, same.
It was just total apathy.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything in regards to him.
I saw the video first.
Really?
Literally, it was within like the first 30 minutes of it happening. I opened up my TikTok and it was just there. And I thought it was fake at first. And I was like, oh shit, that's kind of crazy. But then in my mind, I also was like, he's not going to die. Like, there's no way. And then when he did, I was like, damn, that sucks. But like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I will continue to say this. I said this same phrase at least 5 times to multiple people. You cannot be upset that the slave will not mourn the death of the master.
Exactly.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be sad that someone who literally hated me, hated my existence, thought that I was beneath the shit at the bottom of their shoe. And you want me to be sad that they are gone. I'm okay.
Absolutely
I'm
not.
okay.
Absolutely not.
That mindset is only reserved for those who see themselves in that person. All the white people like Dean, like Parker, who are out here saying that if you do not empathize this man, he was a father. And you know what? No shade, no tea. At the end of the day, he would have raised his children to hate you too.
Exactly.
And I'm okay.
Everybody got a parent. People have, like, the Ku Klux Klan members got kids. Like, what are we talking about here?
Thank you.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? The worst person, the most vile individual on this planet probably has children, definitely has a parent.
Netanyahu.
Okay?
Child.
All these people. But even when take political figures out of there, because at the end of the day, people always side, people think that hateful rhetoric is political views nowadays. And that's insane.
Yes, they do. They conflate the two.
They do. They conflate the two, and it's not. Political rhetoric is literally governance. That's what it is. It's when you're talking about things like taxes, when you're talking about things like
infrastructure,
exactly. That is political viewpoints. I would all day long. I'm not going to sit here and call somebody evil because they have a political viewpoint that differs from mine. Sure, you don't think we should tax the rich? Okay. I disagree with you.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I'm not going to hate you for it. But saying that you think that Black people have smaller brains and that we were better off enslaved because we committed less crimes is not a political viewpoint. No. Also, you're talking about someone, you want every government building to fly the flag at half-mast for a podcaster that dropped out of community college.
Girl.
And when that Democratic senator and her husband were shot dead, they didn't fly the flags at half-mast.
Crickets for them.
Crickets. And that was actually a politician who did good things for not only the people in her district, but for the entire United States. And crickets for her and her husband. But this man who is a podcaster.
And they ignore the hypocrisy. It doesn't matter to them. They don't care about being wrong,
at
right?
all.
They don't give a fuck.
At all. At all. And the fact that I also read this week that they are going after people who are actively in the military that spoke ill of him.
Really?
Yes. They're literally punishing people who work in the military that publicly spoke negatively about his death. That's insane. Fascism is here. We are fully in a fascist state. Free speech no longer truly exists.
No, it doesn't exist here. They're trying to get initiatives pushed through where you can't get your passport if you speak negatively about Israel.
The minute that we started stopping people from coming into the United States based off of what memes they have on their phone, we were in way further than than people thought we were. That's insane. It's genuinely crazy as fuck. It's crazy as fuck. So, political shit aside, because this same talking point exists across different cultural aspects of the internet, because this is an internet issue for sure. Everybody, the same way people are like, everybody don't deserve a podcast mic, everybody doesn't deserve a platform either. But everyone has access to gaining one. And unfortunately, when you give an ignorant person a microphone, ignorant people will listen. And that's how they gain an audience. And if you speak on the internet for long enough, people do view you as an expert or a quote unquote
But even
celebrity.
if they're not ignorant, like Aaron Parnas, for example, right, just deep sigh. You know, when I first came across him, I was like, okay, you're doing good things. You know, you're
spreading the news.
You're spreading the news. I love that. People watch you. You're getting traction. Keeping people in the know. But everything is not a breaking story.
Oof.
Everything is not breaking news. I think when you hear that over and over and over again, that's psychologically twisted, in my opinion. Like today I saw him and he pop up on my feed all the time.
Girl.
And I'm like, the fact that they push him, it doesn't sit right with me. But he was talking about how Trump was spending like $50,000 toward these posters, putting his posters up around DC or some shit. And I was like, is that really breaking news? That he spent $50,000? That's breaking news?
So I think that people like him are a part of the reason why we don't realize how bad things are, because we become desensitized to what actually is breaking news. Because every single 5 seconds, like you said, everything is not breaking news.
No, it's not.
It isn't. But you're making it seem that way to the point where like now, if I hear that phrase, I'm swiping left. I don't even want to hear it. And it's like, remember when he first took office during, it was this year. Yeah, this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where it was like 2 months of every day executive order. And they did that on purpose. There was like a name for it. Because it's a strategy, a specific one, where you get people frenzied and worked up.
You just overwhelm them with information.
You overwhelm them with information and with things to be fearful of. So that when you do the thing that actually is the big bad thing, we're already just so overwhelmed, we don't process it for what it actually is.
Yeah.
If you want up-to-date news, follow a reputable company like Midas Touch.
I agree.
Follow a reputable, I don't care if you get your news from CNN. At least we know it's vetted information. It might not be, they're still part of the agenda in my mind.
Yeah.
But at least you know the news you're getting is actual news.
It's probably skewed.
It is.
But you're getting the facts, but it may be presented with And that's my thing. Even though there are people who, they're not journalists, but like an Aaron Parnas, and there's tons of creators like that, they put, whether they notice it or not, they put their emotions behind it.
For sure.
And most of the time, we're just reacting to their reactions of a regurgitating of a story. You know what I'm saying?
But not even a full story. It's a regurgitation of a
headline.
A headline. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're literally you're running through the headlines and you're making 5 videos a day.
Literally.
Just repeating headlines.
Mm-hmm. Is that productive?
It isn't.
Yeah.
And there was a point in time where I did think it was helpful. Mm-hmm. I did. But not anymore. It's fucked up.
It's hard because I do think it's helpful because everybody's attention span is just fucked.
Yeah.
And it's just a good way to at least get you in the general know about things. But at the same time, it would be truly constructive if I knew people would actually read past the headline. If they went and looked it up for themselves and they formed their own opinion. That's why now I don't get my news so much from a video. I read it. I'll read my news so I can form my own opinion about it.
Agreed.
And instead of just listening to somebody telling me what's going on, I'm like, okay, this is happening. And it kind of takes like the anxiety out of it too.
What I do now is every single time I hear like a breaking news or whatever, and it's something that actually makes me feel something like, oh shit, what is this? I'll immediately Google it. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not taking what you're saying for face value. I need to see it.
Exactly.
I need to read it. I need to see all the details, all the moving parts. Because what you're saying to me is probably not even accurate.
Agreed.
Back to the yapper part. I think that there is a conversation that needs to be had about whether or not we should be not just vetting, but also like divesting from people who aren't educated to be speaking on certain... No. Because it's a very sensitive subject. Because there are people where I know if Amanda Seales, if she's speaking on something, 9 times out of 10, I would listen because I know you're educated.
Yes.
You know, if Francesca Ramsey is talking about something, I'm more open to listening because I feel like you have done you've been in the game for so long on the internet and you have been featured on the actual news because you know what you're talking about. When Don Lemon pops up, I will listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't consider y'all yappers.
No.
But there are many people. But you do yap adjacent activities on the internet. But I still don't consider you yappers. You know, I would give you the verified check in my brain. There are other people, though, who I genuinely feel like we should take their fucking pages away. I'm serious. Like, shut that shit down.
I agree.
Take that shit away.
I agree. And it's a very fine line because it's like, who are you to tell people to not give their opinions on the internet? You know? I think there is merit to people just spreading the word about things because even talking to my family who's just not online whatsoever, they really have no clue about what's going on. And I know I mentioned this last episode, but social media is not real life.
Yes.
Whatsoever.
Yes.
If you are just somebody who turns on a TV and watches CNN, Fox, whatever it may be, you really have no clue what's going on behind the scenes or behind the curtain. And I think for those people, it's tough. It's tough.
It is. But that's why we live in such a delusional world because social media and the internet is not real, but people give it so much validity.
Yes.
People, it's literally like, remember back in the day when people used to send them chain mails?
Yeah.
It's like that in real life. I was guilty of this for a very long time. Oh my God, I read in the news.
Same.
And you didn't read it in the news.
No, you heard
someone talk about it on TikTok and then you have to look it up. I got caught up so many times and I'm so grateful that Jade is such a realist because I would literally be like, oh my God, did you hear about da-da-da? And she's like, that doesn't sound real. And I'm like, no, I saw it. And then she'd be like, look it up. Zilch.
Yeah.
Nothing on the internet
You
about
have to
it.
look stuff up
You
now.
have to. Girl, there was one time I was like,
what?
I was like, babe, oh my God, did you hear about the cats in Florida? She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, for some reason, they don't know what's happening, but all these cats, feral cats, just converged in Miami. They're just taking over the streets. It's like thousands of cats. Like the PetSmart is donating food to feed these stray cats. There's so many. And they think it's the tectonic plates have moved or something. She's like, girl, are you dead ass? And she literally was like, Mindy, I don't want to call you dumb, babe. But look it up. And I looked it up, and it was literally like one of these like fake ass like
the Onion,
Reddit, yeah, like the Onion or whatever. But somebody saw the article, thought it was real, made a TikTok, included video footage that was part of this. That was just like from like a random ass town in like some Caribbean island or something like that. And I believed it. Yeah, I also was gardening at the time. I was a little zooted, but the fact that I saw it and was like, ha. Did you hear the news? I know there are sober people that do this shit.
Oh, yeah. We both were just guilty of this, and I forgot to tell you. You remember you sent me that photo of Zac Efron?
That was fake?
It was fake!
Oh, shit.
And why didn't it register to me? Because he looked egregious. He looked crazy.
He looked African American.
Yes.
He looked like an Afro-Latina.
And then I went on his Instagram. I was like, oh, he looks great.
No, he don't. He did do a lot of work to his face.
No, but he got it reversed.
Oh, I didn't know.
He looks amazing.
Fuck. And we literally were sitting there.
Girl.
I showed it to 2 people at my job. I did. And look at me being part of the problem. But you know what?
I know.
Accountability.
Yes.
Accountability.
Mm-hmm. You just got to fact check everything nowadays. But
do you think that people truly, do you think that people are actually getting canceled nowadays? And
no. I don't. I don't. I don't think cancel culture really exists anymore. Mainly because the news cycle is so short nowadays. Like if you can keep a story going for a week, that's insane. Yeah. You know?
No, that's true.
For things to really be cancelable, I don't even know what is cancelable anymore. Yeah. You know, our president's a pedophile. What's cancelable?
No, you're right. And we're just surrounded by so much stupidity.
We are.
That it infuriates me. Like it brings me to a point where I become nonverbal. Like I can't even get the words out. I get so fucking frustrated when I think about what is in front of us. The facts are in front of us. Why are we still having a conversation about it? It is here. It is clear.
This is stupid, but I take tests online to see where I fall on the intelligence spectrum.
Yes.
I'll do a reading comprehension test and a writing test.
Top 1%.
And I usually fall around a junior, senior level in high school, which I feel like if you went to college, that's generally where you're going to fall. But the average is 5th and 6th grade.
No, that's what I'm saying. Top 1%.
But that's reading level. And we hear reading comprehension, Mindy,
is different.
Is lower than that.
Yeah, it's different.
And it's insane.
No, it's very wild. And I think being on the internet has taught me that. Mm-hmm. Literally just actively being on the internet, reading comments and getting DMs and people interacting with me and also people getting upset with things that I say. It's y'all are really just dumb. Y'all are some dumb bitches. No, I'm not even joking. People are fucking idiots. And it upsets me because I know I don't have the wherewithal, the patience, or even just the care to educate you.
I know.
I don't. No. That is not my that's not my ministry. Mm-hmm. I was not put here to educate the stupid. Mm-hmm. And I pray for all those who take that as a responsibility on themselves. Because shout out to y'all. Y'all doing the Lord's work for real. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking dumb. Remember, do you know who I think about often?
Who?
Remember that creator, Lip Gloss?
Yes.
I think about her all the time, and that's why she left the internet.
Yeah.
Because she tried to educate us.
She did.
Multiple times, and I know that she got to the point where she became nonverbal in her frustration, where it's I'm so angry that y'all are so dense that I'm just going to exit stage left. And I bet you she's so much happier because of it. Because y'all are dumb as hell.
Not our listeners.
And when y'all know when I say y'all, I'm not talking about y'all listening. But I mean the people that are genuinely, first of all,
100%.
if the people that I'm referring to would not even last as long through this episode.
No. Mm-mm. They wouldn't even hit play.
Okay? Y'all wouldn't even be part of our viewership at all.
And it sucks because the people who need to listen the most, it's them.
It's them.
It's them.
But y'all not going to. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't get offended when I say y'all. They. But they not finna listen. You know? It's like the prophet Andre 3000. He said, y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
Yeah.
That's it. Y'all just want to dance.
It's very frustrating because I do try to educate people in real life as much as I can. Because on social media, it's like, yeah, fine. Do it on social media. I think it's good to at least show people where you stand. You know? That's not my ministry to just post about social awareness all the time. But in real life, that's where I do it most. And it's like, okay, here, look at this article. I'm going to break it down for you in like digestible terms so you can easily understand it. Here, take it and form your own opinion about it. Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? And that's how I have to do it with certain people. But people aren't willing to do that. And I'm not harping on you by saying that.
No. I am people.
When I read comments and people are like, so where do I find out about this? How do I do it? Do the research.
Google.
I know. But listen, if reading comprehension is at a 4th grade level, how do they know what to look at first? Some people don't even know what to Google. They don't know what to type to find out what they're looking for. They don't know how to research. Yeah. And so that's where especially as Black women, it is not our fight.
It's always our fucking fight.
It always ends up falling on our shoulders, and I get it. I get it that we want to just step back. We deserve that.
I hate whoever coined the term "listen to Black women." I'm not even joking, because it released the accountability that people have. Like, I can't tell you how many, and no shade if y'all listening, but this is specifically for white women that literally put so much weight on that. Oh, well, what about you? What do you think? Yeah. What about you? I deal with that all the time at work, y'all. I know when you were talking earlier and you were like, oh, I'm not trying to put all this on you, that, some people are just not willing to do that. That is me. Because when I decide to do it, I accidentally offend everybody. Because my patience level is very thin. Yeah. It literally happened yesterday, and I felt like I put my foot in my mouth. But genuinely, they were talking about something, and someone brought up, they were trying to like place the blame on like spirituality and like, like astrology, like, oh, like, we're all da-da-da-da. And like, I get it. Because I'm an astro girly too. But we need to call a spade. And it's just racism and hate. Yes. And I was like, y'all need to stop listening to every 22-year-old with a fucking tarot deck. Like, at the end of the day, this is just who these people are. And this girl who was saying it was like, huh! And everybody stopped and they were like, ha! Because she is an active 22-year-old with a tarot deck. And that was her genuine opinion. And I'm like, baby, I don't want to offend you. Yeah. But once that frontal lobe forms, you're going to realize what you think is not reality, babe. No, it's not reality. It's like, you can't sit here and be like, oh no, it's because Pluto's in Aquarius and all these people are just like so angry. That's not who they truly are. Yes, it is.
It's white supremacy.
Yes, it is. Maybe Pluto in Aquarius is drawing back the covers so we can see the monster under the bed, for sure. But at the end of the day, it's still them. And these people that you call your family and your friends, it's them. And instead of blaming it on the astrology, how about you open your fucking mouth and you tell them you're a fucking racist prick?
Thank you. And that's one thing I really can't stand about the left in general. Like, January 6th.
Oh, fuck.
It just took... Like, in the grand scheme of things, it just took a few motherfuckers to go up to the Capitol and start some shit.
Yep.
Hello? Where is our January 6th riders? Okay. Where are they on the left? Because if white people really wanted to make change, it would have happened by now. It would have happened by now.
Let me tell you something. I think that what we fail to realize is the fight is always and will always be white people versus white people. At the end of the day, we always want to talk about the Civil War and shit like that. And the blame always gets put on slavery and black people. That was white people fighting white people.
Yeah.
And this right now, what's happening is bubbling up to white people fighting white people. The left versus the right, that has nothing. When people say things like, oh, it's the left, in their minds, they envision immigrants, Mexicans, black people, all the LGBTQ community, all these people. That is not who they're talking about. That's not who's actually actively doing the things.
Yeah.
It's white people. And so it's going to end up being white people versus white people. And no matter who wins or who loses, the blame is going to get put on the gays, the blacks, the browns.
Of course.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And so I need y'all and y'all white friends to pipe the fuck up and do the work that you need to do, because at the end of the day, y'all the only ones who can do it. If we try to do it, if January 6th was actually white people, was the LGBTQ community and black people and brown people,
they would have been shot down.
They would have bombed the white. They would have literally burnt all the shit down to get rid of all of us.
Literally.
It needs to be the white people versus the white people. Go do your fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what upsets me and my homegirl right here. At the end of the day, a lot of these people who are self-proclaimed leftists and self-proclaimed activists and allies, all of these people are the ones who are mourning that man the loudest, because at the end of the day, you still resonate with him more than you resonate with us.
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of these people, like the Deans and the Parkers, standing up for black and brown people has nothing to do with black and brown people. It has everything to do with the sport of arguing.
Exactly.
Because you're still angry. Mm-hmm. You still have misplaced anger, and you just so happen to fall on the quote unquote right side of history,
mm-hmm.
but it has nothing to do with us. Y'all don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
It's literally,
optics.
it's sports,
mm-hmm.
it's optics, and it's just so you can piss off your dad. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't give a fuck about black and brown people. Y'all don't give a fuck about trans people. Y'all don't give a fuck about anybody but yourselves. That's why we saw more tears for Charlie Kirk than we did for the children getting blown to bits in Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
Where all these celebrities have piped up about this man, and they were saying, have empathy. He has children. There are actually children dying.
Literally.
And even if you don't want to say, well, that has nothing to do with our country. I saw a video where someone was like, oh, we're so focused on other people's politics. That's why our country's in shambles. Okay, when we focus on what's happening here and we march for the bodies of the people who are murdered by the cops and by the actually hateful people here, and everyone that's been hate crimed and killed and slaughtered in the streets, all of a sudden now we're just whining babies. But y'all want to sit here and cry for a man who thought that we should all not be here.
Literally.
Okay. That's why I don't like the boxes. I don't like putting...
What do you mean?
I don't like that it has become the left versus the right. Because at the end of the day, I'm not part of any of these groups. I'm not in the left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the right. But that's what it's become. And it's a them versus us situation. And unfortunately, just because we are Black people, just mm-hmm. because we are women, just because we are queer or whatever the case may be, we get thrown in with the left. Mm-hmm. And the left doesn't even really fuck with us. And that's why I like to mind my Black ass business. And that's why I will always ride for Black people. I will always ride for people of color. I'll always ride for queer people. At the end of the day, I will do it in my own way. I will do it in the ways that I know matter, but you're not going to see me on TikTok talking about that shit because I know it doesn't do much. Unless you are actually joining these groups, marching in these protests, it does not, like, what are you doing for real?
It really surprises me that I never see people talking about the boycott that they're trying, the general strike that they're trying to organize for 2028. It really surprises me because I'm like, you guys, that this is literally the only way that we are going to be able to do anything, because we not about it for real to go out in the streets and nobody's doing that. We ain't Nepal. We ain't France. We ain't doing that.
But the difference is, at least in France, it was white people doing that.
At least.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Here, that's why I was saying, y'all need to get in the fucking field. It's always going to be white versus white.
They're not going to be doing it, but they won't do it. They won't do it. And so my thing is, the form of peaceful protest that we had that would truly cripple this economy and this government, nobody talks about it.
Yeah. And we've tried to have practice rounds. Nobody participates.
No. It takes a lot of organization. It takes a lot of people with money to be involved to create mutual aid for, because it's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt. What would the Montgomery bus boycott?
Yes, the bus boycotts. Yes.
Let me say it.
You got it, baby. You got it.
The Montgomery bus boycott.
Period. Ate it up.
It lasted almost 2 years.
Yes. And people suffered. People walked. People carpooled.
Miles.
Yes, people carpool. People walked because at the end of the day, it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth creating the change. If they didn't do that, we'd probably still be dealing with those issues. You'd still be sitting in the back of the fucking bus, and they would want it that way. They still want it that way today. Y'all, the greater good will always trump your immediate wants and needs. Always. And we have to stop being selfish.
Yes.
This is why I believe that just talking on the internet does nothing. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yes.
And I know that there are certain people who can't do certain things, but there's little things like not shopping at Target. They're hurting.
Yeah.
They're hurting. Have you heard that Target now has all these ghost shops on like TikTok shop and all this shit? Because they literally can't sell their product because no one's shopping there. It's hurting them, y'all. The Starbucks boycott, it was working. When people started deleting their Amazon Prime membership, it's working. And then we got weak because we just want the easy access to things. We have to stop, y'all. Like, we have to. I want better in this world for Peaches. I want better. I'm dead ass. I want better in this world for my niece and my nephew. I don't want them to get to our age and look around and not have hope for the future of their kids.
I agree. We got to do better.
We have to do better.
White people do better.
Okay? And unfortunately, we've also gotten to we're at a point where this suffering, this outrage, this oppression is worldwide.
Yes.
There really aren't many places to escape to.
No.
Because everyone's going through their own bullshit. I thought Ireland was going to be the oasis for Black people, and y'all marching now in the streets telling us to leave.
Exactly. It's not. UK, EU, everybody corrupted. They're trying to spread this type of rhetoric
everywhere, globally.
Literally. So they're trying to make it global. But people don't understand that. They think it's so far out of the realm of possibility. There's absolutely no way. I'm rewatching Scandal right now.
Oh, that's a good show to rewatch. Good one, right? Yeah.
And I'm on the second season, and there was the scandal that she was handling is the NSA was listening in on people's private conversations, and they're just spying on the American population. That was the scandal.
Yeah.
That has happened. That's been happening for years.
All these things.
For years.
All these things are inspired. That show.
Yes.
Inspired by real life.
Yes.
Shows.
Things that were deemed a conspiracy, even just 5 years ago, it's fact.
Yes.
It is fact today.
Yes. It's going to happen. We are actively in a pressure cooker, right? All the political shit, you put that aside and you just look at the baseline existence for the everyday American. It is not pleasant. Everything, capitalism runs everything. Y'all, we are paying for everything. There are probably only 2 to 3 things in this world that have not been monetized. Air being one of them.
Literally.
That's air. Air. Everything is monetized. We were born on this planet. We're placed on this planet as a race of animal, a species of animal, right? We had free food. We had land. We had a cave for a shelter. You can create your own shelter. You can do all these things. And now, if you lose your job, you have to then you still have to pay for a place to live. You can't live on the street. They're literally criminalizing homelessness. You can't afford to eat any food. You can't even get water.
No.
You can't. No. You know it's illegal to you have to get a permit in certain places to collect rainwater.
Yes.
You know how insane
How
that
is
is?
It illegal to collect rainwater?
I can't even just put a bucket out. I can't even just collect a barrel of water that I will then filter myself so I can have water.
They don't plant female trees because they'll bear fruit.
And they don't want people getting free fruit off the streets.
Exactly.
Do you know how crazy that is? You literally, even when you think about people who have a job, okay, I have a job. I can't even watch TV without seeing 13 ads every 5 fucking seconds.
And that's why I can't stand when people say, it's not that deep. Everything literally is that deep. There is a reason, a concerted reason and effort for everything that is happening in our lives. I promise you. I promise you there is. Just like I said, the trees, they're politicizing the trees. Like they're politicizing water.
Repeat that one more time because I don't think people understand how crazy that is.
Literally. They do not plant female trees because they bear fruit. They don't want homeless people to eat fruit. We don't have public transportation in the US because of the car industry. They want us to buy cars, just another form of capitalism. Henry Ford, who created the 40-hour work week, people were working like nearly 80 hours a week. He only reduced it so people could have time to buy shit.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
That's it.
Everything is political. Everything leads back to racism. It is that deep.
Y'all, if you think about the fact that we are always just yapping on and on. I remember when I had my moment where I was like, oh, propaganda worked on me too.
Girl, same.
It worked on me too. Like truly believing that America was the land of the great. I genuinely believed, and it was because our pop culture has penetrated every country.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely believe that we were so great. Our food is poison compared to every other nation.
People be traveling for weeks on end, lose weight. No working out, just lose weight because the food's good.
I saw a video of this man, an American guy, and he literally was like, I see it all the time. I just want to see. He was spending 3 weeks in Italy. When he said, I'm not dieting, I'm not working out, ate pasta every day, just ate whatever he wanted. Lost 11 pounds.
Why?
And he's a fitness junkie here, counting all his fucking macros and shit like that. Lost 11 pounds.
Girl.
And it's because there's literal poison in everything we eat.
And that's why I can't stand when people, I mean, this is going into another topic and it can be an episode, but when people like harp on fat people on the internet.
Oh my God.
It infuriates me.
Oh my God.
Y'all are harping on the individual and not the system.
Okay. Because why do you think there's so many obese people that live in impoverished parts of the country?
Exactly.
It's not their fault. When the only thing I have in my neighborhood to eat is Church's Chicken, McDonald's, and then the grocery store, the Piggly Wiggly that only sells bread that if you ball it up will fold back out in perfect form. What do you think is going to happen?
Right.
Like, and y'all sitting here talking about, oh, what about these people? Y'all, the healthiest people are the richest people because they can afford to go to fucking
You have
Erewhon.
to have money to
and they can afford to go to the farmer's market. Y'all, you think the farmer's market would be the cheapest way to get food? It's not.
I promise you it's not.
It's a luxury to go to the farmer's market and be able to afford all your fucking groceries. It's a luxury to have a butcher shop in your area. It's a luxury.
Girl, me and Mindy were talking, because Mindy works like a corporate job now. You know, she's back in corporate America.
I'm doing both. I'm still freelancing and corporate.
But we were just talking about how busy she is now because she's working 5 days a week. And, you know, living in LA, you meet a lot of freelancers. We pretty much, we set our own schedules, but we take jobs as they come. Sometimes we may work 30 days straight and sometimes,
5 days in a month.
Literally. So it just depends. But just talking about that, I remember working a regular job 5 days a week. It drains you.
The life out of me.
And knowing that is how the majority of us live.
But not just that, the majority of us live like that. They're making minimum wage.
Literally.
Barely breaking even. Barely. Y'all, when Tabria had a baby and we talked about how much daycare costs.
Yeah.
And that was too much for Tabria, who has enough to survive. Imagine someone who works a regular job. You work at the grocery store.
Yeah.
You have a baby, which is your right to have a family.
Yeah.
And you can't afford to pay your rent because you have to have your child in daycare. And then you wonder why things like, people running daycares out of their home and then children getting injured or whatever. You have no choice.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get mad at the mom who puts their child in a neighborhood daycare run by an auntie who isn't certified to do anything, because the other option is paying $800 a week to have your child in daycare and your check is $600.
25% of moms go back to work 2 weeks after giving birth.
You have no choice.
That's absurd.
And you're so exhausted. I could not imagine.
I couldn't imagine.
Like, the amount of exhaustion I feel and still having responsibilities, like doing other freelance jobs, having a podcast. I'm also throwing parties. I'm also creating my own content.
Yeah.
I could not imagine in the same breath having to get home and make a child dinner. Having to go home and not even just work. Spend time with that baby and bond, because you have to have a relationship with your children. Like, I understand why when I was growing up, I never saw my mama.
Yeah.
I understand why my granny was in the house and why she raised us. Even though my mom lived there with us, she was exhausted. My mom worked 12-hour shifts.
But now we live in a society where the grandmas are still working.
The grandma, the baby. The grandma, the baby too.
The baby too.
Okay. The grandma working, and even with the grandma income, the mama income, and a little bit of money from the daddy, we still breaking just even. What you want me to do? And then we look towards the government, we look towards the media, and we have people who run billion-dollar companies telling us to feed our children cereal for dinner, because it's within the budget.
On a positive note, New Mexico, starting next year, they're going to offer free childcare for all of their citizens.
Praise God, but also it's about fucking time.
I know, but they have a female governor. She's trying to work out healthcare. That's going to be a work in progress. But free childcare, there's no income cap. You can make as much money as
Is that
free.
where we're going?
Girl,
Because Gavin, get it together, babe.
Girl. Yeah, Gavin's response to Charlie Kirk. And that was one of my issues with him before. Like, I appreciate that he's one of the few that's really standing up to Trump, it seems like. But his son was a Charlie Kirk fan. Like, Ben.
Of course.
And I'm like, what are we doing here?
I think it was CNN did a segment, and they were interviewing teenagers that were with their parents, whose parents took them out to the site to pay tribute. And these are teens crying, and their parents are supporting. And it's like very like they're eulogizing his death and putting it out as news. That is propaganda.
Yeah.
You're trying to humanize someone who was inhumane.
Yeah.
That is propaganda. And I think that is fucked up.
It is.
It's so fucked up. And it's also insulting to all those he dehumanized. And when we speak up about it, we are the bad guys.
Well,
let's lighten it up.
Let's lighten it up. I'm going to end on, for this, I just want to recommend some news sources that I like. So if y'all just need some recommendations on where to get news, this is where I like to go. Associated Press, AP.
Yes.
The Guardian, they're still independently owned. So I like the Guardian. They tend to lean a little left, which it's fine for me, but I really like the app Ground News. The premium version is like $30 a year. They even have one that's cheaper than that, which I think is like $12 a year or something like that. But they'll present news and tell you what the blind spots are for the left and the right. I really like that. I think it's very helpful. So Ground News is one I like. And if I just want some general world news, I'll do BBC and Al Jazeera.
Yes.
And PBS. Sorry, I forgot PBS.
Them, Midas Touch. I do appreciate Midas Touch. And like you said, PBS, yeah. Those are my go-tos.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, just read past the headline. That's the main takeaway.
All right. Do we want to ask each other the questions or go through the random questions that we receive from people?
I genuinely did not think of a question for you.
I'll do the random ones, and then we can ask each other questions afterwards.
Okay, fine.
Okay. First random question is actually for me.
Wait, is this the draw from?
Yes.
Oh, so are we just drawing one?
Well, they're on the phone, so I'm just gonna say them because we need to make the thing.
Yeah.
Also, y'all remember, send us random questions. They don't have to be like listener letters.
Yeah, it could just be like a quick response.
Okay. I'm gonna answer. I want us both to answer the question.
Okay.
First one: who would you cast as us in a movie? As you guys in a movie about our friendship? Who would we cast? Wait.
Okay, me in a movie.
Okay, I'm gonna give two answers because I have like my answer where it's just like I think she's gorgeous and I would love for that to be my representation.
Who?
I gotta think of like the realistic one too. I'm not gonna lie. What's her name from Star?
Ryan Destiny?
Ryan Destiny. Ryan Destiny with a thick suit on.
Oh my God.
That's just me, yo. Who else would actually be accurate?
I'm trying to think.
I think size matters, and I'm trying to think of like
but that just eliminates everybody.
I know.
So to put size aside, they could gain weight. I immediately thought of the girl from How to Get Away with Murder just because y'all think her.
I was going to say her as well. But she just hasn't, I haven't seen her act in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen her played like fun, you know?
And I feel like you need to be able to actually like play us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I hate to say this, but I might do Issa for you.
I literally was going to say the same thing. Yeah. I hate that. But I feel like she makes the most sense.
I agree. Yeah.
And it's not that I hate it because I don't want that. It's just, I feel like I always, to this day, every single time I post anything, people be like, oh, Issa coded.
Yeah.
And I think that we're just the same genre of awkward Black girl.
Yes.
And so I think Issa probably would be it.
For myself, I'm thinking Tracee Ellis Ross. But I'm trying to think of someone younger. Like, that could play me now or in our 20s.
Because, yes, it needs to be someone with a Tracee personality.
Yeah.
But
why is it so hard to find that?
Because she's like a wonky kind of personality type, you know? I was telling Jade, I was like, Tabria, the perfect way to describe her personality is a sitcom actor in real life. Like, you do sitcom-y shit, you know? Like, it's not like you're purposely trying to be funny, but like the things that you do is just so hilarious, but in a sitcom-y way.
Yeah. Who is that girl? Who is that?
Oh my God. I don't think that she would work because, again, she's older, but Michelle Buteau, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, we need like a younger version. I don't know if they exist. Maybe that's where you come into play.
I need to fill in the void.
Okay.
The quirky light-skinned actress. How does that not exist? It does, but they're just older.
Y'all, reach out and tell us who you think.
Right, yeah, I'd be interested to hear y'all. Who do y'all think should portray us in a movie? Like, now or a little younger? Because I honestly would feel like Natasha from Insecure. I was thinking but she's not, light-skinned enough. I mean, she could pass. Yeah, but I feel like I think that you being biracial should be a point in it. And she does not give that. No. It'd be like, girl, who you fooling if we were like, she's a biracial woman. Right. I don't know. Let us know what y'all think. Damn, that was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, next. Let me pick one. Okay. Okay. Would you rather have to text every conversation you have for the rest of your life or sing every conversation? Well, you know what I'm going to choose. I want to sing every conversation because I do this a lot anyway with Trey. First of all, I do this all day. And I genuinely think that it's one of the joys of my life. You sing a lot? Girl, yeah, all day long. I'll literally be like, but it's something that I do when I'm like in my like most relaxed, you know? Like, I'm not doing it at work, but like if I'm like at the house or like even speaking to myself, I'd be like, girl, what we doing today? You know what I mean? Like, it just brings... So I don't relax you, Mindy? Because you have never done that around me. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. Don't do that. Like that. Yes, I do. You'll sing a song, but you do not sing your conversation. That's not true. That is true. I do. I just don't do it in an extendo way, the way that you do it. I do. I'll literally be like... I think that I do it, but it'll be like one or two words. You will sing an entire like verse. That's of something. Singing. No, I don't need to be like, summer podcast today was crazy. I don't need to do that. But if I see like the baby, I'll be like, peaches, you know? It's different. Keep going. I don't need to. See, I don't need to. It's just a little thing. It's a spurt for me. For you, you're like Hamilton. Yes. Girl. I am. I'm going to try to see it again tomorrow. I hope no one's there so I can sing as much as I want. Okay. Okay. What? There's another one I want to see if you have. What is the grossest thing you've done recently? I'm not answering that. I'll answer. Let me think about it. I'm not answering that. I will. People are going to judge me. No. Yes, they will. Well, fine. The grossest thing I've done recently is probably... and this is like, I feel like with your partner, you do like random things. But like,
I was trying to give Jade a kiss and like her nose was kind of runny. And she was like, she was like, no, I'm snotty. It's gross. And I was like, girl, I don't care. And I licked it.
I knew.
That's gross as fuck, but it's okay.
I mean, yeah.
We got the same germ. First of all, there's plenty of other bodily fluids that we exchange. That's nothing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Was it salty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I licked her armpit one time too.
How was that?
It tasted like deodorant.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was, deodorant's like chalky and it like dries your mouth out. Yeah,
I'd rather it taste like deodorant instead of funk.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Oh no, we'll leave the gym sometimes and I'll like give her a hug and she'll be like, I'm gross. And I'll like lick the sweat off her neck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I told you my grossest moment, but I'm not going to reveal it.
Then give us something that's a little bit less than that then.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. You want to say it out loud?
No.
What?
I will not be saying that out loud.
You don't need to know. Honestly, this is one of the few times where I'm not going to press Sabria because this does not need to exist in the zeitgeist or on the internet.
It doesn't.
To be honest with you, first iteration of The Thick, we would have told this story.
Oh, 100%.
And it would have been an immediate regret. No.
It would, yeah.
No.
Because people could make that viral. I'm not.
First of all, you have to have something else that's lighter than that. You have a child.
I know.
Children are disgusting.
I know. I'm trying to think. Okay. Well, this is just the most recent thing I can think of. But when I took my first shit after giving birth, my God, that was one of the hardest days of my... It's not even a day because it was like over a few days.
Wait, it was the same turd you were trying to push out for days.
Yes, Mindy. I didn't go to the bathroom for 8 days. It was... And I don't want to say this because it sounds like an exaggeration, but to me, it was just as bad
as
the labor. Seriously, because it's like you're pushing out of the other hole. Mindy, and I'm stitched. That's why it was so hard because
that's
you
different.
Can't push because you're stitched up. So I'm just like literally like this.
Yuck. Oh.
And I can't sit on the toilet because the stitches, they'll spread more. So I'm standing up. I'm standing up, leaning against a stool, holding my poon with one hand in a warm compress, and just hoping that something comes out. I stuck so many suppositories up there. I took so many laxatives.
Oh.
And there was just a moment where my body just did it for me, and I popped a stitch. I couldn't even help it. It just did it for me.
You popped a stitch?
Yes.
Fuck.
And when it came out, it literally sounded like this. Okay, maybe someone a little more weight to it.
You taking a ceramic shit.
I need something a little heavier.
You need an actual thug. You need a...
Yeah.
I can imagine just a stitch pop and pop. Ow!
Bitch, it was 2 circular, not cylindrical, circular turds. Literally, Mindy, the size of an orange. I'm not exaggerating. They were the biggest shits I've ever taken in my life. Like, Trey heard me in the other room. He said it sounded like you're in labor.
You were like,
Yes. It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad.
Trey didn't come hold your hand?
He had the baby.
Oh, man.
Like,
yeah, you're right. Fuck. Because I literally would have been like, I need support. Like,
yeah, and
Lamaze breathing.
Nothing would have helped. Literally nothing could have helped me in that moment. I was trying to like scoop it out.
Did it get stuck with your hand in your ass?
Anything.
You put a spoon up your ass? Wait, I'm sorry.
It didn't go up my ass, but as it was like,
it's a red cat.
This is TMI. Maybe you want to turn it off right now. But as it's like turtling out.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
I would take like, I get a wipe and like try and just chisel it off.
Why are we still talking about this? You carving your shit out?
Girl, nothing was working. That was literally one of the hardest moments of my life.
Did you get stuck in the toilet when you try to flush it? You had to let it sit there like a soup?
No, I think it was too big because, I just did it on the floor. I told you, I couldn't sit on the toilet because my stitches hurt too bad, so I was standing up. Oh.
Holy shit. Oh my God. You know that lady with the list of reasons not to be a mother? Holy fuck.
That's definitely one of them.
Wait, so you stood and shit out 2 oranges?
Yes, and I just put in
with a spoon?
I didn't need the spoon that day because my body it had enough. So I just put it in a trash bag and threw it in the dumpster.
I didn't need a spoon that day because my body just had enough.
Literally, I couldn't even try to hold it in if I wanted to. My body was like, you have to get this shit out one way or another. I don't know how Elvis did it. That was crazy.
Elvis died.
I know, but because he had so much shit, he didn't go to the bathroom for a month. He had 20 pounds of shit in his colon.
Listen. I love when people are like, Mindy, you're so funny. Mindy, you're so funny. And I'm like, yes, thank you so much. I know that, but I'm intentionally telling jokes. Tabria just be talking. Tabria is so fucking funny. No, I tell people all the time, I think when people are like, who's the funniest person you know? Tabria, you are in my top 3. I swear to God you are, because it's so unintentional. You're just like, let me tell you what happened to me last Tuesday. It's in a sitcom-y way, because what bitch do you know would be that compacted? And instead of going to the doctor, you're let me stand over a towel and shit on the floor. Let me get a spoon from the kitchen and try to dig it out.
They just recommended me taking more shit. They tell you to start taking, not laxatives, but fiber supplements and stuff, right after. Yeah, right after. So it just helped. And I was doing that. I was drinking hella water. I was eating fiber. I was doing everything. My shit just wouldn't come out.
Wow, Websy.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
okay.
my moment.
And you know what? I'm so grateful that you felt safe enough to share that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. I think the people appreciate it as well.
I hope so, because it was a very vulnerable moment for me.
Okay, yes. Well, do you have a question for me?
Okay. So if you won the Powerball after I'm sure you would pay off debt, all that boring stuff.
Yes.
What's your first big purchase you're making?
A home.
Okay, after that.
A car.
After that. After something that shouldn't be a necessity, like a superfluous purchase.
An art gallery.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I would open up an art gallery with an attached coffee shop, really
Cute.
nice coffee shop. Yeah.
I love
and
that.
I would throw events from the gallery. I would loan it out to friends. I do random things have a book club, movie night, whatever.
I like that.
Community.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. You already asked me a question, so.
No, but I answered my own. Now you answer it.
Oh, fine.
Thank you.
Let's see. So after all of that, the first thing I would buy, I'm trying to think of just something fun, not something for community. Because I would do that stuff too, but just something like splurge.
Mm.
You know what?
What?
One of those Mont Blanc pens.
What?
You know the Mont Blanc, the pens?
But you want the pen?
They're $2,000.
But why the pen?
Because I'm never going to buy that shit. But
why is the pen something that you desire?
It's not, but it's just the fact of I'm just going to buy this exorbitantly expensive thing because I want to write with it.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. She said my pen costs more than your salary, bitch.
Right. Or maybe some Russian nesting eggs, the real ones. Those are very expensive.
You know what I would get? Just for funsies.
Yeah.
I would get some obnoxious jewelry.
Yeah.
I'd get a grill that's all precious stones.
Mm-hmm.
I would do shit like that. But to me, that's shopping. That to me is I do that. But that's a given. Of course, I'm gonna ball out for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I would go and I would get them really, really itty bitty all human hair braids that cost like $5,000. For sure. I would. Ooh, I would go.
Like the Zoe Kravitz ones?
Yes, but the smaller ones that are like
it looks like hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to Turkey. Full body scan. Let me know how close to dementia I am.
If you won the lottery?
Yes. I want the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Like, give me everything. I want to know everything. I want to know the density of my toenails. I want everything.
We should do that anyway. That's feasible.
No, for sure. But like you said, won the lotto today. I can't afford to do that right now.
I know, but that's something you could save for like in a year. We could definitely do that.
But I probably wouldn't do it in a year. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
All right, guys. It's been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
We promise next week's episode is going to be lighter than this, but we had to talk about it. It was a lot going on.
Yeah. Send your listener letters.
Yes.
Send your random questions to thethickpodcast@gmail.com. Yeah. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all next week, next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.